Hello, YouTube. It's Angela Logan, joining you early morning, Tuesday, October 22nd. Still somber from all the events that have transpired in the past week. And I've been very tired, very groggy, gotten a terrible headache from spinning this web to you guys on here. I don't know if it's my sinuses or just getting a headache from looking at so many different posts and information. But what I want to say is that today is day 10 of this situation of Cupcake, her disappearance. Naturally, a search was done on Sunday in Birmingham, and it turned up nothing. No evidence, no whereabouts, uh, any information. No information has been given, and naturally, we haven't heard anything from either parent through the news outlet. Just a bunch of drama and mischief via Facebook. And it is sad that most of the information that we have um, come to learn about is and through Facebook. There's rumors that Miss April Thomas has other Facebook pages. I don't know if that's true or not. And sometimes I tell myself, why even care, considering the things that have been said and things that we've seen, with both parents. And I'm just disturbed and I'm exhausted. I'm sure you can tell I've had no sleep, eyes swollen. And it's sad, I guess what I wanted to say is, God, so many things. I don't think a lot of you want to accept the fact that maybe she is no longer living. Okay? Because you should know that at some point we are going to have to face the fact that she may no longer be living. Okay? You are deemed in dire straits the third hour that you go missing. Anyone. And it becomes detrimental in finding you after hour 3. Definitely hour 4. And so the fact that they had the sighting last week by the young ladies that were in the car, and never heard any more about that. The fact that they went to an apartment complex in Birmingham, and it was not the same child. People were excited and hollering, and that was not her. So that's 2 different incidents. Then we get all this information that they're going to do the search on Sunday. All the information came out about the one gentleman, Mr. Starworth, being released. Haven't heard anything about that joker. Don't you find that interesting? Haven't heard anything about him. Never heard anything about the white woman that allegedly was in the car with him. Haven't heard anything else about the young lady that's incarcerated with the alias Derek Brown, which her name is Quintessa Jackson. So many things affiliated with this case that is just grimy as hell. And this is what I want to say in this video today, because I don't have an update. I don't have any new information to give you. I'm just really shooting straight from the hip. That, what is the word I want to use? Certain type of people, certain type of lifestyles beget drama. And I think you all know where I'm going with this. That when you live a certain type of way, you are going to be in mischief. Okay? You may actually be a decent person. You may actually be trying to do better, be better. But because of your choices in life, because of the people you affiliate with, you find yourself in mayhem. I am one of those people, I can speak for myself, that I tend to attract the craziest of people. Always got something going on. Always want to get you wrapped up into something. I could stay to myself, never answer a phone, never talk, never get on Facebook, never do nothing. But just as quick as my foot hit the pavement, it's something. And that tells you a lot about people. Because how can somebody who stated herself be in mischief? Do you understand what I'm saying? You can attract certain elements. And some people will say, well, you attract what you are. I don't believe that all the time. Because you see nice people out here, decent people that work, they're educated, they're going about their business, they're doing good things in the community. They are about their business, and they attract foolishness. Because I think a lot of times we fraternize with people who are not on our level, and we know that they are not. And it is not that you are better than them. It is not that you, are on a higher level, but it's a matter of, what do you have in common? And this case is exactly that. These people live a certain type of lifestyle which got this child missing in the first place. Because like I have said on Facebook, social media pages, news outlets, or whatever, if you scratch all of what you have heard about them through Facebook, because naturally the news hasn't given us anything to go on about their demeanor, anything about their character, and I find that odd coming into day 10, that the media hasn't said anything about, hey, this is what we've learned. Hey, this is what we've heard about the mama and daddy. Do you understand what I'm saying? They haven't said nothing. I find that very odd, because most news outlets will start to spin a web about the people involved. They will. They will. But they have not. But what I'm saying about certain types of people, they beget trouble. You see, if your spirit is troubled, you're going to always have problems with people. You always going to be in something crazy. Okay? And I got a feeling that these people do not care anything about themselves. And that's why this child is gone. Because you see, greed is what I think is the root to this problem. Like I said, if there was never no Facebook, no social media, had we heard nothing about them through social media, different people's posts, people going live, you still would have come to the conclusion that something was amiss and foul with these people because of how they carried themselves, because of their speech during their interviews, because you have not heard anything from them again. You have not heard anything else from a parent, mama, sister, brother. Where is the cousin in all this? A lot of people are saying that on social media. Hey, that heifer needs to be in the jail right now because these kids were taken to your house. She needs to be in the jail. Why we have not heard nothing from her, seen her? You think if my name was running amok in a community that these kids were at my house when they allegedly got missing, and I don't even go say nothing to the public to say, hi, I'm Miss Such and Such. I am the owner of the home where they were visiting. This is where I was. See, when people don't talk and tell you anything, it's because they have something to hide. Okay, we're not talking about people going off to themselves when somebody dies. Okay. You know, when people pass away and people will say, well, out of respect for the family, could you please give them some space, respect them at this time that they're grieving? Okay, that's cool. But ain't nobody dead, right? Come on with it. Come on with it. I go back and listen to interviews from the father. Certain things he have said that have bothered me. Talking about such as the car situation. She knows my car. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? They're asking you to describe your child's personality, what she's like. How does your car fit into that conversation? She knows my car. Everybody knows me. I'll put up everything. They keep showing that over and over because people are dissecting his words. You see, let me tell you what I have gathered from Mr. Dominic McKinney. Dominic McKinney is reacting what actually took place on October 12th. Y'all ain't figured that out yet? See, I'm a very intuitive person. I don't miss nothing. Sometimes I might overlook something, and then it'll come back to me, or somebody might mention, then I'll think, okay, you're right about that. Think about that for a second. She would come to me. She know all my cars. Well, we're talking about her personality. So what does your car have to do with her personality? Do you see where I'm going with this? These people are street people. They're street people. The people they affiliate with are street people. And I'm not claiming to be perfect or sinless. Of course I've sinned. Of course I've done wrong. You know, before anybody jump on and be like, well, you done lived a life. It don't matter. Because I'm not the subject. Yeah, we all have done things we didn't have no business doing. But it's called redemption. It's called change. Okay? Naturally, all of us could get put under a microscope if something was to jump off, if a crime was to take place and we are a party to it or affiliated, then of course we will all get dissected as far as who our mama was, how we lived, did we ever get in trouble, did we ever use drugs? Of course, all that's going to come up. Did you drink? We know all that will come up. But the point is, we're not on TV. We're not in the news. We're not on TV for a missing child. That's the point. And this is why I'm saying this to people right now, young people, everybody. You need to think about how you live. You need to think about the people you choose to be your friends, people you hang with, the people you date, the people you lay down and have kids with. Because neither one of these two people should have ever had kids. And that's my personal opinion. She don't have no business having kids. He ain't had no business making nobody kids. Now, there are rumors going amok about his baby mama, the other one, Paulisha. She's diabetic or sickly or been in the hospital. I don't know the time frame of when she went in the hospital, if it's in close proximity to this missing child's, her disappearance, Cupcake's disappearance. I don't know. Really, I don't even think I care because like I've told you, the things I saw on her page to me were ratchet. So now you see. Interesting. You see. I'm sick too. I'm sick of hearing about this missing baby. A lot of people are. And for those of you who got something smart to say about people trolling April's page and making comments well, let me tell you, like I've said before, first of all, we grown. Do what we want to do. These heathens put this ball in motion. The hell you don't understand about that? Ain't nobody told them to do nothing with that kid. Get her missing. Set this scheme up. Because that's how it's looking. That's how it's looking. So you can't tell somebody don't go on somebody's Facebook page. Because first of all, if I felt like my page would get derogatory commentary, I would have taken it down. And the first time I saw derogatory commentary, I would have taken the page down. Okay? Same thing with the baby daddy. I haven't seen that he has a page, but he's talking from something. Talking about he got money. Somebody said something about that. He's in a room full of money and talking about what is he going to do with all this money. I don't know how old that video is. I don't know. And I always say, why even care at this point? Because the two have shown you that they don't have any interest in Camille's disappearance. They really don't. They have yet to speak to the press again. They're not walking around with balloons and talking like, hey, help us find her. Hey, let's celebrate her life. Hey, let's keep this ball in motion so you all can keep her name in your mind and on your tongue. This is what people do when people go missing. They talk about them every day as much as they can, as much as the news outlets will allow them to get coverage. And you all know this. You know this. Something stinks down in Birmingham pertaining to this child. I think a lot of people know where she's at or knows that she's missing by the hands of this mother and this father. I don't know who orchestrated what first, but like I said in my last video, giving you, synopsis of what could be, what could have happened, I think it's his doing. I think he didn't plan for things to go a certain way or the way they went. I don't think it was a thoroughly thought out plan. I think just like the chief said, was spur of the moment. But see, what he didn't bet on was, how am I going to get her to resurface? And I think a lot of you have not thought about that. Because like I told you, a lot goes into the planning of a kidnapping. It isn't just pick up the child and go sit over here at Pookie's house and hide her out for a couple of days. It doesn't work like that. Your objective was to get the money, right? But you got to understand, Crime Stoppers or whomever ain't just getting ready to hand over no check to no random person talking about, I found her. See what I'm saying? You know they're going to do a thorough background check. They're going to do everything just because y'all talking on that internet about who he is and what he's about. So now that the stakes are high, more money's involved, you think they just going to hand that money over to anybody? Hell no. They'd be a fool too. And Crime Stoppers already said nobody in relation to her can get the money. So you see, if it was a kidnapping just to get GoFundMe page money or money from the community, as you see, this ain't working out. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. And far as April having more Facebook pages, I don't know what that's about. Why? Why you need more Facebook pages? You ain't talking on the one you got, the one you had originally. So you will go make some other pages for what? What you got to say? What you got to talk about? What you need to be saying is where that baby is. That's on the real. Talk about that. Talk about that. When is everybody going to wake up and realize that child may not be coming back? See, one thing you all have not thought about when the rumors started flying about this being a setup, this being a ruse to get money, reward money, this and that. The child can talk. She's 3 years old. She can identify the perpetrator, the perpetrators. What do you think would happen if the police got her today, tomorrow? You think they were not going to ask her questions about where she's been, who's had her? Does she know the people that had her? Now, what you think that baby would say? She'd tell the truth. And I'm sure everybody would be stunned because I got a feeling it ain't no stranger. So I think they realize that can't bring this baby back. She gonna tell. She gonna tell where she been. All of that. And you all know that. But you don't want to say it because you want to have hope. And there's nothing wrong with having hope. I just think the worst. I don't think she's alive. I'm sorry. If she is alive, I will be glad. I would be happy, ecstatic. I can get some rest. You know what I'm saying? I'd be ecstatic. But I don't think she's alive. And another thing that I don't think you all have thought about either. Okay, with all the situations I brought up about reasons that they could have done it, who did it, why. Somebody made a comment to me the other day. It was a guy. He's been around. Knows the streets. He said, everybody on social media talking about the baby daddy and his reasons for doing this or could have done it, let's say, allegedly. He said, what if it ain't even none of the stuff they've been talking about? What if it wasn't about no plug? What if it wasn't an issue with a baby mama? No custody issue? Not owing nobody no money? Nobody's threatening him or the baby mama? What if it's just good old greed? I got a way to make some money, get some money, and I'm going to use my child as a pawn. But y'all ain't thought about that either, huh? So many things to think about because we don't know who has her or why they took her. But one thing we do know, she has not been seen by the public. She has not been seen. But I think everybody involved needs to stand account and need their ass in jail. That cousin needs to be in jail right now because that's whose house the kids were at, the brother and Camille. And one could say the mother didn't have no knowledge of her kids not being supervised. Well, see, I don't know that, and I'm definitely not going to speak on that. Because I just saw a video with her on YouTube. The kids were walking, riding their bikes in the streets, and she letting them ride in the street. Now, what mama would do that? See, one thing about the South, we don't have a lot of sidewalks in the South, in certain cities in the South. It's not like New York, Chicago, where they got sidewalks everywhere. So these kids are just riding in the middle of the road. So that told me a lot about her. She cussing and stuff about, I can't keep up with him, blah, blah, blah. And you filming that. Why are you filming that? Because you don't got nothing better to do. You don't have anything better to do. You don't know how to talk. You talk any kind of way. You're cussing live on a phone for everybody to hear and see. And now that's come back to bite you in your butt because your child missing and people are dissecting those live feeds. See, y'all young folks are stupid. You talk too much. You want to tell everything. You want to show everything. Won't you learn to be quiet? You don't gotta show everything you doing. Tell everything you doing. Why not just let your kids ride the bicycle and get on your phone when you're done? You see what I'm saying? And that ransom note, I don't know what that's about. That fake ransom note that came up. But I can tell you whoever's behind that, you gonna mess around. There's gonna be a whole lot of y'all locked up, look like to me. Because some of you just dirty and thirsty. And I see that with the world. A lot of people just thirsty and hungry. You know, the world is hard to live now. Costs more to live. Now, factor in you got children. You own the struggle. And it's a hard world to live in. And you seeing other people make it and doing well and driving nice cars, got nice homes. And you want that. You'd be a fool if you didn't want it. But at what cost? You see, because it's all kinds of people. You got the one that'll suffer and be miserable trying to get on and live. And you got the one that says, I got to have mine. And I'm going to do it by all means necessary. And I think Mr. McKinney is that type of person. He don't care about nobody. He don't care about no baby. He don't care about nothing. And that baby mama, that Paulisha, you better be very careful. Because you got two sitting on the sidelines that allegedly belongs to him. And how you sleep with him every night or whatever you got going on with him, I don't see how you could do it. Because you should always be wondering in the back of your mind, if you don't already know, did he get that baby missing? Boy, you all are dangerous out here. Y'all just take up with anybody. Don't even care. Because my thing is, we all make mistakes as far as choosing people. But when you do find out what they're about and they grimy, you need to run like hell. Run like hell. So as I said, no updates, no witnesses, no suspects. Another rumor is also she's in Montgomery, Alabama. I said, damn, y'all just going from one extreme to the next. Where's she going to be next? Poland? You know, really. I mean, I'm just serious. Just craziness. Talking, throwing out anything out there on social media. This shows you how sad the situation is. Think about if there was another race of people. They live in a fine home, nice home, educated, whatever. Live good. Their baby went missing. You probably wouldn't hear all this kind of talk in the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? They would probably hold the person liable whose house they were dropped off at. But it wouldn't be all this stuff on social media, all this gossiping and the plug and the this and the that, because these people would have had regular lives. They probably wouldn't have had all this type of drama in their life. They probably wouldn't have these things going on in their life where people could repeat it to the public and talk about it. But not saying they couldn't be behind the disappearance, but I'm just saying they wouldn't be like these two. They wouldn't have all this yapping on social media. They probably have people speaking good of them. Oh, he would never do anything to his children. She would never. They work every day. They go to church and da-da-da-da-da. But it still don't mean that they're not devious. Because you know there are all kinds. Some look good on the outside, but they wicked on the inside. Then some look ratchet on the outside, and they ratchet on the inside. Wake up, America. Realize one thing with this child's disappearance. Camille McKinney, a.k.a. Cupcake, is a liability alive. She can talk. And I know you all don't want to accept that and realize that and think that she is deceased. But too much time has elapsed and there are no leads. And Birmingham is too quiet. And the parents aren't saying anything, coming out, talking. Something is amiss. And I really don't think she's alive. I'm going to be truthful with you. That's why I'm pretty somber right now. See, I'm not really hyped up crunk. Because I think I know now. And they know too. And all those involved with that family, they need to line them up and put them in jail, like some guy said. And lock them up and see who talks first. Because I can guarantee you, if you locked up April, Dominic, her mama, his mama, friends, associates, everybody that's been on social media, cackling, lock them all up and see who hollers first. Till the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.